2026 Iowa State Fair, Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network Broadcast Shed, and talking right now with Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. Senator, thanks so much for coming down to talk with us.
It's always great to be with you.
Fun to come down to the fair, hang out, and try all the foods and all that good stuff. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh yes, yes.
Of course, we gotta let's get to some of the stuff out of the way first. Farm bill didn't quite make it across the finish line.
No.
Where are we at? Do we think we can get something done after the August recess? Is there going to be enough to get it there to conference committee?
You know, I'm actually hopeful.
Okay.
So we are a person short on the committee right now with the absence of Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. But I am hopeful that through the August break, as we're all working, we're negotiating, that we can actually find a way forward. So I'm going to remain optimistic that we've got a lot riding on this farm bill. So we've got to get it over the finish line.
Well, and you know, we had Chairman Thompson in from the House Ag Committee on Saturday. And in fact, the last time I had talked with him was the same day I had talked to you in Washington. And he said, you know, we got their work done the next day, but he said, you know, if we can get it to conference committee, he goes, I think we can get it there. He goes, and a few things he said he can really negotiate on. Some things he said he's digging his heels in on. And so we'll have to hopefully wait and see and get it there.
Yeah, exactly. So Proposition 12 is really important to our Iowa hog farmers. So we want to see that included in that final version of the Farm Bill. We want to see E15 year round. And I think we do have a solution in the Senate version of the Farm Bill that is bipartisan supported. So we've just got to be able to move it. I know that SNAP is going to be the big concern coming from our colleagues across the aisle. I've been working with a number of their offices, and hopefully we find a solution and a path forward.
Well, and it sounded pretty optimistic going into it because we thought there was a kind of a deal that was good, was going to work, and it just wasn't quite what they were looking for. But like you said, at least the negotiations are still happening and they're still talking, and you guys are all trying to work something out. At least the lines of communication are open.
Exactly. As long as they stay open, we have an opportunity.
All right, so we'll be waiting to see how that plays out. And of course, you know, E15, though, it was interesting. You guys put it in with the Farm Bill. House did not. If it goes to a conference committee, how much of a problem can that be?
I think it gets over the finish line because the president has said he wants it.
Okay.
So the president may have to step in and maybe, you know, tighten up the House a little bit, tighten up the Senate a little bit, come out together in a beautiful conference committee bill that will have a 15-year round.
And now this is going to be one of those bills you have to have 60 for, correct?
Yes, we do. And I think that if we can find a bipartisan solution, we're going to have 60 votes on it. We'll have 60 votes on it. But it is going to take finding a solution for SNAP to bring those Democrats along with us.
Now, we also had Small Business Administrator Leffler here earlier. I know you're on that committee and chair that committee as well, talking a lot about rural businesses. We focus so much on the agriculture business in the state, but also it's those small towns, the grocery stores, the lockers, the whatever have you, that really need that kind of help too. What kind of things are you hearing in that committee? What kind of things are you working on?
Right, exactly. With our small businesses out there, they are the backbone of our Iowa economy. So not only are our farms small businesses, but we also have mom and pop shops all across Main Street. Matter of fact, this morning I visited Wynn and Sarah. So they're down there. They're down there by the beer tent, folks. Go on down. But they have the egg roll that's scrambled eggs. So, I mean, we have all of these incredible small businesses from all of these different communities. They're offering up their goods, their services. Wynn and Sarah's was my small business of the week. And what we're hearing from all of these different small businesses is that they really appreciate the tax climate here in Iowa. They appreciate the tax climate across the United States. So federal, state level, they're all doing very well. What they would say, though, still tends to be an issue finding employees that can work those hours. Of course, as you're looking at energy, especially when it comes to gas prices, it is a little tough for those small businesses. So hopefully things will settle down a little bit and they can see a little more profit in their pockets.
And, you know, talking about employees, one of the other things is also seasonal help, or maybe not seasonal help. I know Chairman Thompson was also talking about work they're doing on H-2A reform and things like that. What is that looking like in the Senate?
It's a little tougher in the Senate because, again, some good friends across the aisle are kind of dug in one direction. We might be working another direction. But broadly, we all see that we need reform in these areas and we need greater flexibility, especially for our farmers in Iowa. So I think there is opportunity, but honestly, we're running out of time with the Senate calendar, with the House calendar here before the election and then at the end of the year. We still have to be able to fund the government. We have a continuing resolution that'll come back up in December if the House approves what we've done in the Senate. We've got the Defense Authorization Act. We've got the Farm Bill. If we can tackle all of those big things, the rest will find a way to happen.
Okay. What is the climate on things like getting that continuing resolution done or getting budgets done and all that? I mean, what's the climate there in the Senate?
Yeah, I actually think in the Senate it is really good. Okay. We were able to come together quite easily on a continuing resolution that would get us into December, and overwhelmingly it was 80 something to maybe 11. Okay. So it was a really good, strong vote of support to get us through the election, and then we can start really going at it and decide how we fund the rest of our agencies for the rest of the year when we get back.
Well, it's good to hear that positive climate because, you know, there's voters on both sides of the aisle that have all been expressing their concern that we've been kicking some things down the road a little too long, and they want to see some things definitely get done.
Yeah, absolutely, Dustin. It's been really interesting to see how we dig our heels in on certain issues, but overall we understand that we cannot let our government shut down again. It was so detrimental to so many good government employees that really had no say over how their paycheck was going to come or when it was going to come. So we need to do a better job of making sure that we're taking care of employees and that we're funding programs that make a difference right here in Iowa.
So, of course, this is the last state fair as in office, and I know it's been a run and a good run, but talk about maybe a couple of things that you've been most proud of here in your time.
Well, obviously, working on my ag issues. I tell everybody when I come to the Iowa State Fair, the favorite thing for me to do is actually go through the animal barns and see that next generation of farmer that takes such great pride in their livestock and exhibiting here where the rest of the world can see what they do. Right. It is a story of Iowa, and it's a great way for people to experience a little bit of agriculture, you know, that maybe they wouldn't have the opportunity to. But so working on ag issues has been really important. I was glad to be part of that Farm Bill in 2018. We did get that over the finish line. I hope to have another Farm Bill under my belt before I leave. But then also working with our Great Armed Services. I partnered so much with my wonderful Iowa Army National Guard and Air Guard members, and making sure that they have the tools and the skills that they need to be survivable on the battlefield, no matter where they deploy to. So it's been a great honor and a great privilege. But overall, some of my fondest accomplishments are working on making them squeal. And I've had a lot of efforts there, and I'm just really excited to have so many of those efforts actually over the finish line, signed into law by the president. I had another law that just passed the other day. Good. So I know it's been incredibly rewarding for me.
Well, we always know that if we see on C-SPAN, if there's the easel showing up behind Senator Ernst, we know there's going to be some good graphics coming up to talk about. So always enjoy that. So now the most important question we ask at the fair. You've been here for a little while already today, a little bit more to go. Either favorite food you've already had or something you still have to make sure you get before you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I started the day with a wonderful cinnamon roll in the cattle barn here. And so that was amazing. And then I moved over to Wynn and Sarah's, again, the scrambled egg roll. Absolutely delicious. Fantastic. They were my small business of the week awardees. Great family, contributes so much to their community. But then also my old standard favorite is the corn dog. I mean, you just can't go wrong with a corn dog at the state fair. But we just came from the Cattleman's. I had a bacon cheeseburger. You can tell I've eaten a lot today.
Well, see, I've learned that the calories don't count at the Iowa State Fair. So that's one of the better things we can have here. So definitely, and if you get a chance, the pastrami cheeseburger is really good too. Okay. I know. You may have to add an extra day just to try some of the other
I
foods.
know.
Go incognito and just try the foods, and you know.
I'm walking amongst all of this food, and it is so good. And I do love going to the dairy barn as well. So I hope to get some ice cream before I leave as well.
If Secretary Nag has left any for
Oh
you.
my gosh, yes. So we've had a lot of great visitors here at the Iowa State Fair. We all know nothing compares to the Iowa State Fair. Just came from seeing the Super Bowl, the big ram, and of course the big boar.
That is a big boy.
Zoomer. Oh,
But he's not zooming very much.
that's why I said I don't think that boy can zoom. But anyway,
But you know,
it's
who
been
wants to? It's take a nap day.
it's been an amazing state
All
fair.
right. Well, Senator Ernst, we thank you so much.
Thank
As always, take
you.
the time to stop.
Thanks, Dustin. Enjoy the fair.